And a good evening. Welcome out to Vincent Beck Stadium here in Beaumont. Oil Barons baseball tonight. Game three of a three-game series between the Barons and Bryan Yard Dogs. The rubber game of the three-game set. Bryan came in here on Tuesday night, won 7-0. Beaumont winning, I believe that was an 18-11 game last night. Excuse me. All right, the windpipe's cleared out, so we're ready to go here. Hi, everybody. Harold and with you on this Thursday night. Gavin Shaddix, Tegan Riley, and Tanner Pachork due up for Bryan here in the top half of the first inning. Oh, got a our dog player out in left center on the warning track getting some running in, so they wait for him to get off the field. Logan Ashworth on the mound for the Oil Barons. First pitch swinging popped up left side, actually behind home plate, as catcher Dylan Whitmire will make the catch for out number one. One up, one down here in the top half of the first inning. Tegan Riley is the center fielder. Let's set that Old Baron defense for you. Chris Alfonseca is in left field. BJ Santana, BG out in center. Brendan Nolan in right field as Riley fouls one off. Jermaine Brown at third base, Eddie Molina at shortstop, Dorian Lewis is the second baseman, Ben Larson at first, Dylan Whitmire catching, and Logan Ashworth on the mound. One down here in the top of the first inning as Shaddix popped out right behind home plate to catcher Whitmire. There's a base hit right back up the middle. Ashworth had to duck underneath that line drive up the gut. A one out base hit. Here's Tanner Pachorek.
Batting third, the shortstop, number 9, Tanner Pachorek.
Pachorek, the shortstop. There's a throw to first. After tonight, Beaumont gets the weekend off. Nothing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's not the story for Bryan. One ball, no strikes. Talking to Coach John Byington before the game. Had a nice conversation with Coach. Throw to first, not in time. They're driving back to Bryan after tonight. Get a few hours sleep before they get up tomorrow and head up to Fort Scott, Kansas. Upstairs for a ball.
Texas by car.
2 balls, no strikes. Just looking up here. Bryan to Fort Scott. Well, it says Pawnee Station. I'm going to check this. It says 559 miles. We'll double check that. That's with another throw to first base. 2 balls, 1 strike. A 1 out base runner. Nice changeup, swings out in front of it, 2-2. Leadoff hitter Gavin Shaddix popped out in foul territory to catcher Whitmire. Riley singled up the middle. There he goes, and there's the ball lifted in the air to left field. Alfonseca comes over, calling for it, and makes the catch for out number 2.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 3, Hunter Morrow.
Hunter Boros is a scheduled batter. Doing some lineup adjustment. No balls, 2 strikes on Barros. There goes your runner, 0-2 outside, stolen base to third base. Two and two. We have Hunter Barros in the 4 spot. There's a ground ball to third, fielded by Jermaine Brown. Throws across in time for the putout. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. Half inning of baseball behind us. It's Bryan nothing. The Oil Barons coming to bat. Brendan Nolan leads it off for the Oil Barons here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Nolan did something last night. The switch hitter will tell you after this first pitch from Isaac Borges. Outside for a ball. 5 runs scored. On base all 6 times. 3 walks, 3 hit by pitches. Shows bunted foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nolan, Alfonseca, and Brown due up here in the top half of the first inning. Called strike 1 and 2. Ground ball, backhanded at first base. Barrows will play it himself and step on the bag. One up, one down here in the bottom of the first for Chris Alfonseca. Alfonseca is the left fielder. Jack Singleton's in left. Tegan Riley's in center. Brody Cole in right. Ryan Salyers is the third baseman. Tanner Pachork at shortstop. Gavin Shaddix at second. Hunter Barrows at first. Drew Suter is the catcher. Isaac Borges is pitching. No balls. Even up to count at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Base hit into right field.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 12, Jermaine Brown.
Here's the Oil Barons third baseman, Jermaine Brown. Played Tuesday night, did not play last night. Shows bunt, pulls the bat to back, pitches up just a bit. One 0 pitch. Misses ball 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Here comes the 2-0 pitch with the runner going. Throw down to second, and they're going to get him. Good throw there by Suter. And the tag down for the second out of the inning. Base is empty. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jermaine. Popped up right side. Second baseman Shaddix calling for it and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left aboard. We've played an inning of baseball, no score between the Oil Barons and Bryan. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order here, top of the second.
Leading up for Bryan and batting fifth, the right fielder number 2, Brody Cole.
Will be the right fielder, Brody Cole. Have the chat box open if you want to chime in a comment, pass that information along to us. First pitch, swings out in front of it, no balls, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Fourth appearance for Logan Ashworth coming in. He had tossed 11 in the third innings. Three balls, 1 strike. Here comes a 3-1, high and outside for ball 4. Leadoff walk to start the second. 325 feet down the lines here at Vincent Beck Stadium. 365 to the power alleys. 380 to dead center with a really nice batter's eye out there. As we like talking about, you see that yellow line in that double-decker fence. Anything over the yellow line is a home run. First pitch running, no throw, stolen base. Second stolen base for Bryan in as many innings. Ball fouled right back over the top of us. Jason Cadell coaches third base. Riley Bush coaches first. Head coach John Byington is in the dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That ball's hit out towards the right side of the infield, and an over-the-shoulder catch by Dorian Lewis for the first out of the inning, the Oil Barons' second baseman. Ryan Salyers plays third base for Bryan. Swing and a miss for a strike. Runner going to third, swing and a miss, throw down to third. High throw slides in safely with a stolen base. No balls, 2 strikes on the Salyers. Logan Ashworth on the mound for the Oil Barons. Don't worry about that runner at third right now. You have 2 strikes on the hitter. You got to attack the hitter. Getting a piece of it. A good job by Ryan Salyers fouling that pitch off. One ball, 2 strikes, 1-2 pitch, line to foul first base side. Ball off the fencing, ricochets into right field. Someone needs to go get that baseball. It'll be Brendan Nolan, the right fielder. Usually someone from the dugout to come grab it. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw to first on the drop ball. And that is a big second out here in the inning. Jack Singleton. Singleton plays the left field. Swings and misses, no balls, one strike. Hit in the air, left side. Molina, the shortstop, goes out into the outfield and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Top of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left aboard. We head to the home half of the second inning here in Beaumont. No score between the Oil Barons and Bryan. Four, five, and six in the batting order. The middle of the order coming up for Beaumont as we move to the bottom half of the second inning. Starting off with Ben Larson, shakes the hand of home plate umpire and catcher Drew Suter. Left-handed hitters you see getting set to face Isaac Borges. Curveball catches the outside corner for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Up a bit for a ball, one strike. Ball laced out into right field. That'll be down. And that'll be an extra base hit. Ben rounding first on his way to second. He gets in there with a stand-up double. How about that for Ben Larson? Starting the inning off with a double.
The center fielder, number 15, B.G. Santana.
B.G. Santana. Steps in. Barron's center fielder. Curveball misses outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Beaumont shut out 7-0 on Tuesday night. Win last night 18-11. Here's a called strike. Oil Baron fans would love to see the hot swinging bats from last night carry on over into tonight. Outside ball 2-1. Three balls, one strike. Eddie Molina waits on deck. Swinging 3-1, fouls it over into the bullpen area of Bryan. Nobody retrieved that ball. It's on the sideline track over there. Ball hit the front elbow, and that's a hit by pitch. Hit batter, runners at first and second, nobody out.
Batting six, the shortstop, number 20, Eddie Molina.
Eddie Molina, the Old Barons shortstop, steps into the batter's box. Runners at first and second. No score. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Morgan comes in with the pitch, misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch at the letters for a called strike. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Thought that ball might have been foul tip, but the way Drew Sutter got out of the catcher's slouch and retrieved that ball quickly, it may not have hit the bat. Just missed. Arlette Brown tuning in tonight, viewing in. Thank you for your kind words. Ball out of the hands and on a foul back to the screen. We've seen that here the last week or so, both sides. You know, players having a hard time hanging on the bat. Here comes Cuba. Cuba runs out there. Michael Perez to spray the sticky stuff on the bat handle. Get some high fives from his teammate. That's good hustle there, Michael. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball towards third. Scooped up. Go to second for 1. Back across to first for the double play. Going to third is Ben Larson. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. 2 outs in the inning. Hector Torres is the catcher. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Ball lifted in the air, and it's going to get into left center field for a base hit. Just over the outstretched glove of shortstop Tanner Pachorek, and Beaumont grabs a 1-0 lead on the RBI by Hector Torres. There's Dorian Lewis, second baseman. Swing and a miss. There's a ball and a strike. Have a DRP, our agency. We're going to answer that question in the top of the third inning. has a question about Jeff the Cat. There's a called strike, goes 1-2. With 2 outs in the inning, don't want to start the story and then have to break away for the middle of the inning. But just a little heads up, there's a Vincent Beck cat, Jeff the Cat. Jeff with a G, by the way. Greets fans as they walk into the ballpark. There's a hit by pitch. All right, we'll go ahead and tell you the story because of the hit batter. Lamar University plays their home games here at Vincent Beck Stadium. This past August, Jeff, a cat, just showed up. Coaching staff and players took care of him, and he's been at every game. He's hung out here. College season's over. He still hangs out here, so the Oil Bears take care of Jeff. And during the Lamar season, I go down between games one day, and Jeff is up on the picnic table, and there's a fan handing him nachos, and he's chewing on some nachos and cheese. He's a very friendly cat. Matter of fact, during Lamar baseball games up on the board, every once in a while they'll put the rally cap up there, show a picture of Jeff, and Jeff the rally cat. Cuba Perez steps in, first pitch swinging, misses, the ball gets away. Is that a foul ball? I guess so. Foul tip back to the screen. When I got here today, Jeff was under the stairs of the grandstands in the shade. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. And one more quick story on Jeff. The head baseball coach at the time at Lamar, Will Davis, his daughter named Jeff Christine. Well, it turned out Jeff wasn't a Christine, so they came up with Jeff. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled out of play right side. Beaumont has scored a run here in the bottom of the second inning to take a 1-0 lead. Good job by Michael just getting a piece of that ball. Couple strikes on you. Michael knows anything close he's got to be swinging at and fight it off. Good job there by Perez. 2-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside corner, got him looking to end the inning. Oil Barons pick up 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 2 innings of baseball behind us at Vincent Beck Stadium. It's the Oil Barons 1, Bryan 0. Harold Mann with you. We're at Vincent Beck Stadium in Beaumont, getting set to move to the top half of the third inning. Oil Barons leading Bryan 1-0. 9-1-2 in the batting order for the visitors from Bryan. Eli Suter, Gavin Shaddix, and Tegan Riley. Suter last night starting pitcher for Bryan.
Leading off for Bryan at batting ninth, the designated hitter number 22, Eli Suter.
9, then back to the top of the batting order. Ashworth for the Oil Barons comes in first pitch swinging. Two hopper, one knee by Dorian Lewis, throws on to first base for the putout. Now we go back to the top of the batting order. Gavin Shattuck started the game off by popping out to catcher Hector Torres. There's a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1, that's drilled down the left side. It's going to be foul. About 5 feet in that left field corner. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chops it foul. Nice play over there on third base by Jason Cadell. Third base coach goes over and running towards his dugout, makes a one-hand snag. Outside ball 2, 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the third inning. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball towards third, and it's going to end up going foul. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A little bit low for a ball. Count runs full. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Logan Ashworth. Tegan Riley singled in the first inning, ended up being stranded at third after a couple stolen bases. Watches a fastball cross on the outside corner. Here's the 0-1, hit out towards left field and snagged out there by Chris Alfonseca. In order in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Head to the home half of the third inning here at Vincent Beck Stadium. The score remains Beaumont 1, Bryan 0. Top of the batting order due up. For the Beaumont Oil Barons here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch is called strike one. Brendan Nolan grounded out to first his first time up. Pitch back to the backstop. Again, communicating with some of our fans out there. I want to know if I have a favorite MLB team. Fan's a diehard Astro fan. Loves the minor league farm system. I love minor league baseball. My favorite Major League Baseball team, the Kansas City Royals. I grew up in a small town in Nebraska. First full-time radio job was in Northwest Missouri, so I grew up going to Kansas City games. Love the Astros now that I'm in this area. 1-2 pitch, outside for ball 2-2. I just like baseball. Just got a piece of it. Stays alive 2-2. Nolan, Alfonseca, Brown due up here in the third for Beaumont. Ben Larson, should somebody reach. Borges's pitch upstairs, count runs full. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Called strike three on the inside corner. I think Brendan knew it. As soon as that pitch crossed, he just turned around and started towards the dugout. He knew that pitch caught the inside corner. That's a good pitch here by Isaac Borges. That is his second strikeout. Here's Chris Alfonseca. Alfonseca singled his first time up. Caught stealing. I think there's 4 left after tonight here at Vincent Beck Stadium for the Oil Barons. A week from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Kind of conflicting on the schedule. I'm going to check the Oil Barons schedule because it looks like it's a 4-game series against Meridian. One schedule says 3 here, 1 there. The other schedule says 4 here, which makes more sense. It's a good pitch on the outside corner. Evens up the count at 2-2. Pitch fouled back out of play. Stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Borges to Alfonseca. Lines it down the left side. That is going to be a foul ball. Just foul. Stays at 3-2. That was right up against the line. No arguments from our angle. My angle, anyway, you really couldn't tell, but that was pretty close. But he just missed an extra base hit. There's a ground ball scooped up at third by Salyers. Fires across. Not in time. That's an infield single for Chris Alfonseca. He's now 2 for 2. has 2 of the 4 hits for Beaumont. Jermaine Brown popped out to second. 1 out in the inning. Runner at first for Beaumont. Alfonseca, his second base hit when he singled back in the first inning. He was caught stealing. Another throw to first base. He's back in safely. Nice lead there for Chris, and there he goes. Pitches up, throw down to second, and he's safe. Wasn't sure or not if Pachorik, Shaddix, the second baseman, got him on his helmet or not. He slid under it for the stolen base. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out to Jermaine Brown. Fouled it over third base side. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. Good at bat, draws ball 4. That pitch just off the outside corner. Here's Ben Larson. Big Ben doubled his first time up. Scored on Hector Torres' single. Put the game's only run on the board. Beaumont leads at 1-0. The Oil Barons threatening here into third. Outside for a ball. One 0 pitch. Called strike one. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch swung on. That's a base hit into right field. Chris Alfonseca rounding third, heading towards home. Throws cut off. It's 2-0 Beaumont. Runners at the corners, 1 out. That'll get the family up in Lee's Summit, Missouri. Excited on that RBI single. How about Ben? 2 for 2, RBI and a run scored. BG Santana hit by a pitch. No balls, 1 strike on BG. 2-0 Beaumont here in the bottom of the third inning. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Popped it back up over the top of the press box. Here's the 0-2, ground ball at second, scooped up, tossed second for 1, back across to first in time for the inning-ending double play. Second double play turned by the Bryan defense. That's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. For the Barons, they get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left aboard. After 3 innings of play here in Beaumont on the campus of Lamar University's Vincent Beck Stadium, it's the Oil Barons 2, Bryan nothing. Tanner Pachorik will lead it off for the Yard Dogs. Flew to right field his first time up. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. On Pachorik. Goes 3-0. Logan Ashworth and the Oil Barons leading 2-0, and there's a 4-pitch walk to start the top of the 4th.
First baseman number 3, Hunter Boros.
Here's Hunter Boros, the first baseman. Grounded out to second his first time up. There's a strike. One ball, one strike. Beautiful night for baseball here in Southeast Texas. Outside for a ball. Pretty cool before the game. It's Special Olympics night here at Vincent Beck. Before the game, had several Special Olympic athletes get to run the bases, play catch with some of the Oil Barons. 2-1 pitch. That looked pretty good. It is. It catches the outside corner for a called strike, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Just missed the outside corner. Count runs full. There goes the runner. That ball's a ground ball. Base hit into left field. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Had a viewer ask about my favorite memory as a broadcaster covering baseball. Probably too many to mention. Emotionally, when I was in high school in Iowa, working high school games with my late father, who got me started in broadcasting. That's always a big memory. Brody Cole. There's a swing and a miss. Professionally, probably. Now, first off, I'm old. I've been around a long time in the Beaumont area. 2004, the regionals in Austin, Lamar took Texas to a decisive game. Came within a few innings of maybe going to the super regionals. There's the ball popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule called. Batter out. One down for, and that was Brody Cole, by the way, who had walked his first time. Here's Drew Thornhill. Well, first and second, one out. Pitch called, strike one on the outside corner. A walk, a single, and a pop out. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike two, 0-2. Logan Ashworth. Ball lifted out of play. That's going to hit the grandstands. Runners at first and second with one out. That's a good pitch. Ooh, maybe not. I apologize, Blue. Just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. That pitch up. No games here this weekend. Initially, Meridian was scheduled to come to town. Those games will not be played. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Up a bit for a ball, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, only 1 out. Thornhill at the plate. Let's see what Pachorik and Barros are doing at first and second with only 1 out, if they're off and running. They are not. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. That's a big second out on the third strikeout of the night for Logan Ashworth.
Third baseman number 1, Ryan Salyers.
There's Ryan Salyers. He was a strikeout victim. Comes to the plate. Runners at first and second. 2 outs here in the fourth. Beaumont leading 2-0. Called strike. One ball, 1 strike. Swinging a miss, strike two. Logan Ashworth really doing a good job for the Oil Barons here tonight in this finale between Bryan and Beaumont. American League Baseball coming your way tonight from Beaumont. Curveball outside that hung up is 2-2. Inning started off with a walk by Pachorik. Boris followed with a single. Pop out and strikeout. Got him, strike three. That's a beautiful pitch coming in from the outside inside, just above the knees to end the inning. For Bryan in the top of the fourth inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, two left. Head to the home half of the fourth here at Vincent Beck Stadium in Beaumont. Summer League ball. It's the Oil Barons leading Bryan 2-0. Eddie Molina leads it off for Beaumont. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Should someone reach, we go to Michael Perez. Molina, Torres, and Lewis. There's a strike. No balls, one strike. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch crosses into strike zone, even up the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line back out and play. Stays at 2-2. Molina hit into a double play back in the second inning. Swings it out to right center field. That ball is going to get down for a base hit. Big turn at first for Molina. Eddie will get back to the bag. So a leadoff single. Hit number 5 for Beaumont. Hector Torres RBI single in the second inning, which at that time was Beaumont's first run. Oh, Barons will run into second, run into third, get the leadoff runner batter on here in the fourth. 0-1 pitch, curveball, misses for a ball. Fouled back, goes with 1-2. Two balls, two strikes. Faking a break, and that pitch is going to be called strike three on the outside corner for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout for Isaac Borges. Dorian Lewis was hit by a pitch. Throw to first base. Molina back in safely. There's a swing and a miss. No balls, one strike. Michael Perez waits on deck. Changeup, swings it out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not a bad crowd out there tonight. Got a group. I think they said they're from the LNG facility. Here watching Oil Barons baseball. And he got hit. Off-speed pitch coming in, hits him, and that's the second consecutive at bat that Dorian Lewis has been hit by a pitch. Here's Michael Cuba Perez. Leads the team in hits. He was a strikeout victim, called out on strikes his first time up. He has 49 hits on the year for Beaumont. So you know what milestone comes next. I could do a little math. Bruce Suter, the catcher, went out and talked to Isaac Borges. That conversation's wrapped up. Swinging in, there is his 50th hit. Rounding third and putting on the brakes is Molina. So his 50th hit of the year. Second hit of the inning. Looking down towards the bullpen. Somebody throwing in the Beaumont bullpen. For Bryan, do you have someone stretching, getting ready to throw? Brendan Nolan grounded out and struck out. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Beaumont trying to add on, and they're going to with a base hit to right field. Runners will go station to station as Brody Cole, the right fielder, did a really good job getting in to cut that ball off. And that's an RBI single by Brendan Nolan. It is 3-0 Beaumont.
Left fielder number 4, Chris Alfonseca.
Chris Alfonseca. Christopher comes up. He's singled. Huskies 2 for 2 with the run scored. Singled in the first, singled in the third, scored in the third. So Chris with 2 base hits steps to the plate with the bases loaded. Pitch sails outside. Good job there by Drew Suter, keeping that ball in front of him. 3 hits in the inning, along with the hit batter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging, fouling it out of play, 1-1. Inside for a ball. Trying to catch the inside corner. Fouled back to the screen. Count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. One run already across here in the fourth. Beaumont's extended their lead to 3-0. 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside ball 3, 3-2. So get set for a 3-2 bases loaded pitch coming up with 1 out. Here comes the 3-2. Popped up. That's the infield fly. That's on the infield. Second baseman Shaddix makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That's a big out for Bryan. That is a huge out for the Yard Dogs. Need a little help from Jermaine Brown. The Oil Barons do. Now the base is loaded with 2 outs. Jermaine popped to second baseman Shaddix in the first, walked into third. Looking for a 2-out base hit to extend the inning. Outside for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. We now have some activity in the Bryan bullpen. Ball 2, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, swinging, pops it up and out of play. Outside ball 3. This could be interesting for Jermaine Brown. A 3-1 pitch with the bases loaded. You know, Isaac Borges has got to come to him and not force in a run. Here comes the 3-1. Swinging, lifts it in the air on the left side. Salyers being called off in foul territory by the shortstop, Pachorik, to make the catch for the final out of the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left aboard. We've played 4 innings of baseball from Vincent Beck Stadium in Beaumont. It's the Beaumont Oil Barons 3, the Bryan Yard Dogs 0. Head to the top of the fifth inning. 8, 9, and 1 of the batting order coming up here for the Yard Dogs. Singleton, Suter, and Shaddix. Jack Singleton. Jack's popped up to short his only time up. There he fouled it right back here right above my window. I think that's the closest one I've ever had here. No balls, one strike, the 0-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled right at home plate, fouled off of Jack's. Logan Ashworth pitches on the way outside for a ball, 2-2. That's a good pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts in a row going back to last inning, and 5 on the night. Eli Suter, the DH, grounded out to second baseman Dorian Lewis in the 3rd inning. One ball, no strike. Logan Ashworth doing just pitching a gem for the Oil Barons tonight. Fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the inning. Here's the 1 pitch. Called strike 2. 1-2. On Eli Suter. Here's the 1-2. Just missed for a ball, 2-2. Fouled out of play right side. Stays 2-2. Count runs full, 3-2. Absolutely, you could have the ball. Here comes the pitch. The ball's hit a long way foul right side, ends up in the Oil Burns base bullpen. Three-two pitch, down low, ball 4, a 1-out walk. That flips the batting order. Go back to the top of the order with Gavin Shaddix. 3rd walk, surrendered by Logan Ashworth. You go with 5 walks, we're going to get a visit to the mound. And we're getting a pitching change. Stay tuned. We'll give you Who's up next for the Oil Barons? Great outing by Logan Ashworth. Ray Velez comes in to pitch for the Barons. Ashworth goes 4 1/3, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, no runs at this point. The base runner Suter at first is his responsibility. Shaddix is 0 for 2. There's a wild pitch that gets the runner to second base. Three runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Barons. For the Yard Dogs, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. They have 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch there by Ray Velez. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air left side. Alfaseco giving chases in a run out of room. It's foul ball into the picnic area here at the Beck. Vincent Beck Stadium's been around since 1969. Obviously, over the years, multiple renovations and improvements, especially the last 4 or 5 years. This stadium has really blossomed. New field house out behind us, a couple about 20 yards, 30 yards, the new home of the Lamar baseball team. Ball bounces in off of Torres. And Suter will go to third base on a wild pitch. With one out, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2. Ball forward, ball gets away. Here comes the run. Tag at the plate, safe. He got that leg in just before the tag was down. And it's a walk. And it's now a 2-1 game. And that will close the book on Logan Ashworth. Logan had a great outing, 4 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1, and that is going to be a ball fielded. Throw to second for 1, back across to first, not in time. What a job at third base by the Oil Barons' Jermaine Brown to get that lead runner. It will be a fielder's choice for Tegan Riley. Pachorik flew to right and walked. He's 0 for 1. Runner at first base. It's now a 3-1 game. Pitch called strike 1 by Ray Velez. The 0-1 pitch on the way outside for a ball, 1-1. Nice backhand stop there by Torres. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Top half of the 5th inning. Bryan has put up their first run of the game. It is 3-1 Beaumont. Ball hit out to center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Shaddix, or rather, Riley stops at second on the base hit by Pachorik. First baseman is Hunter Barros. He grounded to second and singled. Tying runs on here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Velez misses ball 2, 2-0. Fastball called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch just missed the inside corner, goes 3-1. Three-one pitch. Ball 4, walked him. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the 5th for Brody Cole. Brody walked in the 2nd inning, popped out to short in the 4th. Takes a called strike. Oh, 1 pitch, high and outside. Ball gets away, not far enough for the runner to advance. Torres did a really good job getting back to that baseball, which rolled away about a foot behind that LU logo behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, base loaded, 2 outs, a run across here in the 5th inning. Beaumont leading 3-1. Just off the outside corner, 2-1. Two one pitch on the way. Popped up left side, giving chase, and that ball's going to be out of play. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. The Yard Dogs pick up 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left aboard. We head to the home half of the 5th inning. Our new score, Beaumont 3, Bryan 1. Ben Larson leads it off for Beaumont. Dane Francis is the new pitcher. Ben tonight is 2 for 2, double, single, scored a run and an RBI. 2 balls, no strikes from Francis. Here's the 2-0. Fouls it away, 2-1. Borges went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, struck out 3, hit 3 batters, and 1 walk. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Way up for a ball. Been looking to remain perfect. I'm trying to get aboard here to start the 5th inning. There's a ground ball to short, scooped up by Pachork, fires across in time for the putout. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th for Beaumont, leading 3-1. BG Santana hit by pitch, and he grounded out. First pitch swinging, pops it up right side. Shattuck, second baseman, going out into the outfield, shallow outfield, to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down.
The shortstop, number 20, Eddie Molina.
Eddie Molina grounded into a double play, singled and scored. It's a ground ball to second. Backhanded and misplayed at second base by Gavin Shattuck, and that's a 2-out error. That'll be an E4. Inning extended via air. Let's see if the Oil Barons can take advantage of the miscue. Hector Torres.
Catcher number 23, Hector Torres.
Walking towards the plate. RBI single and a strikeout for Torres. Dane Francis in relief of Isaac Borges. 1-0 pitch is a ground ball to second, scooped up by Shattuck. Fires on to first for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left aboard. Through 5 at Vincent Beck, it remains Beaumont 3, Bryan 1. Top half of inning number 6 here at Vincent Beck Stadium. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order coming up here for the Yard Dogs from Bryan. First pitch, swinging ground ball to Molina. Or Lewis, excuse me. Dorian Lewis fires him out from second. One pitch went out here in the 6th inning.
Third baseman number 1, Ryan Salyer.
Ryan Salyers, third base, 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts. Logan Ashworth went 4 1/3, struck out 5. First pitch called strike 1 from Ray Velez. Strike 2, 0-2. Velez set to come in. The Salyers 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down in the inning. 7 strikeouts for Beaumont pitching tonight. 2 for Ray Velez. Ryan Salyers wears the hat 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, heading back to the dugout. Hopefully he'll bounce back tomorrow up in Fort Scott, Kansas. Jack Singleton popped out and struck out. 2 down in the inning here in the top of the 6th at Vincent Beck. Down for a ball, 2-0. Down low, ball 3, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, 3-0 pitch. Walked him on 4 straight, a 2-out walk. Eli Suter, the designated hitter. Suter starting pitcher last night for Bryan. Suter grounded out to second into third, walked into 5th, and scored Bryan's lone run. That's the 4th walk, surrendered by Ray Velez. Ground ball to second. Go to short way to second base to get the lead runner. Top of the 6th inning, and no runs, no hits, no errors, as there was a walk, 1 left aboard. We head to the home half of the 6th inning here at Vincent Beck Stadium. Beaumont leading Bryan 3-1. Dorian Lewis leads it off here in the bottom of the sixth inning for Beaumont. First pitch swinging comes up empty. Dorian's been hit by a pitch twice. Dane Francis on the mound in relief of Isaac Borges. One ball, one strike. Two balls, one strike. Called strike two on the outside corner. Evens it up at 2-2. Francis's 2-2 pitch on the way. Well, that's lining it off the screen. Over by the Oil Barons dugout. Stays at 2-2. Francis's 2-2 pitch to Dorian. Misses ball three, 3-2. That's ball four, walked him. Michael Perez, Cuba coming to the plate his last time up. He got his 50th hit of the year. Struck out in the second inning, singled in the fourth. One ball, no strikes. Again, I have a question coming in from Bryan on our chat box. A memory I have at Royal Stadium may not be a favorite one. It happened when I was 12 years old. Two balls, no strikes. I got a foam finger. Oil Bear, there we go. All right, that wasn't my memory. There's a swing. Anyway, 12 years old, I'm at a game at Royal Stadium. I think it was 74. I was upset when my team couldn't even get a hit. The Royals could not even get a hit. And my dad was telling me, you just saw a Major League no-hitter. It was Nolan Ryan's first no-hitter. There's a swing and a miss by Micah, strike two. That was a question about a memory of mine growing up in the north of Kansas City, actually in southeast Nebraska. But, yeah, I remember my Royals getting no hit. Little did I know the man that threw it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, nobody out. Here comes the 3-2. That's hit out towards right field. And that ball is going to be caught. Nice running catch in right field by Brody Cole.
Right fielder number 7, Brendan Nolan.
Throw to first base, 1 out in the inning. That was a good job by the right fielder, Brody Cole. Showed a lot of speed, taking a potential extra base hit away from Michael. 1-0 pitch on the outside corner to Brendan Nolan. Grounded out to first, called out on strikes, and an RBI single. 3-1 Beaumont here in the sixth. Francis ready to come in with the 1-1 pitch, lifted out of play. 1-2. Ready for a 1-2 pitch. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 2, 2-2. Borges got the start. Francis came in the fifth. 1 on, 1 out here in the sixth. That ball bounces about 1.5 feet in front of the plate. Wild pitch. Gets the runner, Lewis, to second. Ready for a 3-2 pitch to Brendan Nolan from Dane Francis. Ball 4, walked him. We do have activity in the bullpen with Chris Alfonseca. Chris Alfonseca called strike. One ball, one strike on Chris. Here's the 1-1 pitch, down low for a ball. 3-1, Beaumont with the lead. Oil Barons have 2 on and 1 out. Ground ball to second to 1. Now they're going to get the runner going to third to tag him out for the inning-ending double play.
In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner.
6 innings of baseball behind us. It's the Oil Barons 3, Bryan 1. Head to the top half of the seventh inning here at Vincent Beck Stadium. Top of the batting order coming up for Bryan. Kind of a unique ending double play. Ground ball to short. You flip it to second to get the runner going from first to second. And the runner for Beaumont, Lewis, trying to go to third, got thrown out. Had to tag him out at third because the force at second was the second out.
Leading off the top half of the seventh inning, second baseman, number 12, Gavin Shattuck.
Gavin Shattuck popped the catcher in the first inning, struck out in the third, walked into fifth. One ball, no strikes. Goes 2-0. Oh, it's 1-1. I'm sorry. We do see someone starting to loosen up and stretch, getting set to throw in the Beaumont bullpen. Somebody is throwing in the Bryan bullpen. Starting pitcher Logan Ashworth for the Oil Barons, 4 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. When he left the game, there were no runs on the board, but a run scored that inning that he had put on base, so it's credited to him. One ball, 2 strikes. There's a ball heading up the middle. Cut off at short by Molina. Throws on to first for the putout. Good range there by Eddie. One up, one down here in the seventh inning.
Center fielder, number 26, Tegan Riley.
Here's Tegan Riley, the center fielder. One ball, no strikes on Tegan. He singled in the first inning, flew out in the third, reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. He's 1 for 3. One ball, no strike. There's a ground ball. Backhanded at short. Long throw across. On the hop. In time for the putout. What a job by Eddie Molina. Deep short. The one hop fielded by Ben Larson. 2 up, 2 down here in the seventh inning. Tanner Pachorik, 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch outside for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Pops him right back this way. He was up to count of the ball and a strike. Pachorik needs some sticky spray on his bat, so he comes over to the Beaumont dugout to borrow their can. Of course, Michael Perez. He is a team guy for Beaumont, Michael Cuba Perez. He's all over the place. Good guy. One ball, no strikes, 1-0 pitch. Swinging, sends it in the air. VG Santana makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Time to stand up, stretch them out. Seventh inning stretch time. Beaumont leads it 3-1.
And it's the middle of the seventh inning. It's time for that time-honored tradition of singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," presented by Embody Pilates Studio, helping Southeast Texas stay strong all season long. A 1, a 2. Me out to the ball. Me out to the ground. Why do something I don't care whatever it matters. Good for the parents. It's a shame. For it 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game.
That was fun. The Prex Box crew singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" over the PA speaker. That'd be yours truly, Eli, Kent, Jared, Darren, Santos. I think we're going to start a group. 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order coming up for the Oil Barons. Jermaine Brown, Ben Larson, VG Santana. 3-1 Beaumont here in the seventh. First pitch pops it up. A second pitch pops it up. Foul territory. First baseman Hunter Barrows comes over, makes a catch for the first out of the inning. Ben Larson, he's had a good ball game. Doubled and scored in the second. RBI single in the third. Had a ground out in the seventh. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. 3 runs on the board. Ben has been part of 2 of those runs, with scoring one of them, knocking another one in. He also grounded it short his last time up, making contact. First pitch is a curveball that drops in for a called strike. Inside for a ball. There's a 1-1 pitch, a heavy swing and a miss. It goes 1-2. Kind of a light swing and a miss for strike 3 on the changeup. 2 up, 2 down here in the seventh for Beaumont. BG Santana. BG hit by pitch, grounded out and popped out. 0 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs, bases empty here in the 7th. 3-1 Beaumont. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1. Harold Mann with you tonight here at Vincent Beck Stadium. Oil Burns Baseball hosting the Bryan Yard Dogs. 1-1 pitch. Nice curveball. Drops in for a called strike. That's a good pitch there by Dane Francis. He's out ahead of the hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left aboard. Through 7, our score remains Beaumont 3, Bryan 1. Kelly McLaughlin comes in to pitch for Beaumont as we move to the top half of the 8th inning. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order due up here for Bryan. Okay, Brendan Ford was pitching for, we apologize, we're looking at the roster. So that's Brendan Ford that's been on the mound. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Barros, pitch inside for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike on Barros. Here comes the 2-1. Called strike 2, 2-2. Good looking pitch. Just missed it. 3-2. Want to make a correction on our lineup for Bryan. Brendan Ford, not Dane Francis, has pitched the last couple of innings. There's a ground ball to short. Scooped up by Eddie Molina. Fires across in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down here at the top of the 8th inning for the Bryan Yard Dogs. Brady Cole comes up. He walked, popped out, and struck out.
Right fielder number 2, Brody Cole.
Brody, the right fielder, left-handed hitter. Killian McLaughlin comes in with the pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0. Inside ball 3, 3-0. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Walked him on 4 straight. That'll bring the potential tying run to the plate with Drew Thornhill, the catcher.
Catcher number 24, Drew Thornhill.
Thornhill popped out, struck out, grounded out. 0 for 3. Drew popped a second, struck out, grounded a second. Barron's looking for an ending double play with short and second kind of tight in the middle of the infield. The 0-1. Line drive, base hit into left center field. Here comes a throw to third, sliding in safely is Cole. He goes first to third on the 1-out single by Thornhill.
Third baseman number 1, Bryan Salyers.
Going to get a visit to the mound. Coach going to talk to Killian McLaughlin. Three-one Beaumont here in the top of the 8th inning.
This guy was so dominant, he became the first wide receiver ever taken #1 overall in the NFL draft. His name? Irving Fryer. And he wasn't just a receiver. He changed the way people looked at Nebraska football.
Excuse me. Ryan Salyers with an opportunity here for Bryan. First pitch swinging, comes up empty. 0 ball and 1 strike. Salyers 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. He could help his team out right here with runners on the corners and 1 out. Good pitch, 0-2. That was a great second pitch from Killian McLaughlin to Ryan Salyers. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 runner going, swinging a miss, strike 3. Stolen base for Thornhill. Second out in the inning. brings up Jack Singleton. Two down. Pitch. Inside corner. Still took a swipe at it. Came up empty, but Pitt caught the inside corner on the way by. No balls, one strike. He gets hit by the pitch. Did that go off the bat? Underhand toss to first base. Beaumont think it came off the bat. That ball went fair. The umpires are going to get together. This could be the third out of the inning. The question is, did it hit Singleton or did it go off his bat? Coach John Byington ready to come out if the call does not go his way. And what's the call? Well, he's not going to be out. They're saying it hit him in the elbow. Now they're going to get together again. The ball definitely hit something and rolled out towards the pitching mound. That's being called a foul ball. No balls, two strikes. Unless it went off the bat, then his leg. That's the only thing that could have happened there. Hit the bat, then his leg. 0-2 pitch on the way. Misses, ball one. Killian McLaughlin thought that was strike three. He started towards the dugout. One ball, two strikes, ground ball. That's fouled over by the Barons dugout. Stays at 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. Just off the outside corner, ball two, 2-2. 2 on, 2 outs. Top of the eighth inning. Beaumont leads it 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike three to get out of the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, two left. Head to the bottom of the eighth inning of Vincent Beck. Beaumont leads it 3-1. Caleb Galindo now pitching for Bryan. Again, we apologize to Brendan Ford by calling him Dane Francis. That's the number they had on the roster, number 11, who they had on the roster that we were given. So we hope that's correct with Caleb out there right now for Bryan. Eddie Molina, 1-1 strike. Here's the 1-1 swinging hard hopper. Nice scoop. Gavin Shaddix at second base dug that one out, brought it up about chest high on the bounce, and threw on to first base for the first out of the eighth. Catcher Hector Torres walking quickly to the plate. Hector RBI single into second, struck out into fourth, grounded out into fifth. 3-1 Beaumont here in the eighth inning, bottom of the eighth. Curveball crosses for a strike. Oil Bears with a run into second, a run into third, and a run into fourth. Bryan got their lone run into fifth. No balls, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. It's 0-2. We're back here a week from Sunday for Oil Baron baseball. There's a ball hit into center field. No, excuse me. What a play there by Gavin Shaddix. Going in and taking a base hit away. On a line drive heading towards center. He was actually in shallow center coming over from his second to base position and made that catch. Put a star on that one. Dorian Lewis hit by pitch, and walked. His teammate Brendan Nolan says that's nothing. Last night, Nolan for the Oil Barons, 5 runs scored, 3 walks, 3 hit batters. That pitch is fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. Peeking ahead to the top of the ninth inning, 9-1-2 in the batting order for Bryan. There's a base hit, 2-out base hit to right field to extend the inning.
The designated hitter, number 6, Michael Perez.
Cuba Perez steps in. Michael struck out, singled, and flew out. That single back in the fourth inning was his 50th of the season. First pitch inside for a ball. Safe travels to this Bryan team back home tonight and tomorrow up to Fort Scott, Kansas. One 1-0 pitch. Curveball drops in for a called strike, 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1. Misses ball 3, 3-1. To Michael, top of the batting order, Brendan Nolan. Waits on deck. He has an RBI single tonight. Here comes a 3-1 upstairs. That ball 4? Yeah, okay, there he goes. He kind of hung out at home plate for a second there. Don't know if Michael knew what the count was, or if he just wanted to look at another pitch. Top of the batting order, Brendan Nolan grounded to first in the first, struck out in the third, RBI single in the fourth, walked in the sixth. Base hit could give the Barons an insurance run. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. No balls, one strike. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Didn't matter. Pitch caught the strike zone for strike two. No balls, two strikes. Here's the 0-2. Down low for a ball. One ball, two strikes. Ball rolls away from Suter, the catcher, not far enough to the runners to even think about going. Two balls, two strikes. Chopped foul, stays 2-2. A walk, a single, then a walk after two outs here in the eighth inning. Two balls, two strikes. Galindo's 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Stays at 2-2. Two pitch. Ball three. Runners will be going with 3-2, two out. Ball four, walked him. So after two out, bases are loaded for Chris Alfonseca.
Number 4, Chris Alfonseca.
Alfonseca singled in the first inning, singled and scored in the third, popped out and grounded into a force out. Technically grounded into a fielder's choice and a double play to end the inning. You want to get technical in the official scoring book. One ball, no strikes on him. He sends it in the air, rights the left side of the infield. Third baseman Salyers comes in and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. We go to the ninth. Oil Barons leading 3-1. Head to the ninth inning. 9-1-2 in the batting order. Eli Suter will lead it off. He scored the only run for the Bryan Yard Dogs. He walked, went to second on a wild pitch, went to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch. 0 for 2 with that walk and run scored, and he gets that ball just over the outstretched glove of Eddie Molina, a leadoff single here in the top of the ninth inning for Bryan. Fifth of the game, fifth hit of the game for the Yard Dogs. 3-1 Beaumont here in the top of the ninth inning. Gavin Shaddix, 0 for 3 with a walk, takes a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. Misses for a ball, 1-1. Outside for a ball, 2-1. There's that 2-1 pitch upstairs, ball 3-1. Killing McLaughlin, the third pitch of the work for Beaumont. 3-1 pitch, beautiful pitch, called strike 2. Good battle back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bullpen is quiet. This is the McLaughlin's. Try to get the save. He hit him.
Center fielder number 26, Keegan Riley.
Tegan Riley, single, fly out, fielder's choice, ground out. There's a bunt foul, third base side. No balls, 1 strike. They're trying to get the runners over in the scoring position, because that would get the tying runs to second and third if the bunt is successful by Riley. Squares, pulls the bat to back, called strike 2. Nobody out, 2-1, top of the ninth inning. Vincent Beck Stadium, Oil Barons leading 3-1 over the Bryan Yard Dogs. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouled over by the Barons dugout. Upstairs for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. McLaughlin checks the runner. Killian comes in. There's a ground ball towards short to second for 1. Back across to first, not in time. But you do get 1 out. to third base, Suter. Shaddix retired at second, 5-4 on the put out, and a fielder's choice for Tegan Riley. Dorian Lewis kind of hobbling a few steps at second base. So he took a hard slide from Shaddix. Runners at the corners, one out. Pachorik flew to right, walked, singled, and flew out. One ball, no strikes. Backhanded, ball 2, 2-0. Fouled back to the screen, 2 balls, 1 strike. Oil Burns on the road on Monday. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Initially scheduled to play Meridian here. Those games have been canceled. Not the story for these Bryan Yard Dogs, what they have in front of them. Swinging a miss, strike 2. Yard Dogs head out of Beaumont tonight, go back home to Bryan, get up tomorrow morning, early morning, after a few hours of rest, and head to Fort Scott, Kansas, some 560 miles up the road from Bryan. The ball's thrown away, trying to pick him off. A run will score, making it 3-2 on the air. 3-2 here in the ninth. That takes a double play away. Two balls, 2 strikes on Pachorik. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That fouled. Stays at 2-2. McLaughlin's 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3 for the second out of the inning. That was a great pitch by Killian McLaughlin to get the second out.
First baseman number 3, Hunter Boros.
Hunter Barros grounded to second, singled, walked, and grounded out. 3-2. Oil Barons with the lead. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth inning. McLaughlin, first pitch misses for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Set for the 1-0. That's called strike 1 on the corner on the knees. Even up to count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2. Oil Baron fans, come on, get up on your feet here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On Barros, outside for a ball, 2-2. Runner at second base. Tegan Riley represents the tie and run. There are 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the 9th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. McLaughlin for the Oil Barons. 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4, walked him. So now 2 on here in the 9th inning for Brody Cole. Walked, pop out, struck out, walk. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. First pitch inside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. Outside ball 2, 2-0. A nail biter here in Beaumont. Beaumont leading 3-2, 2 on, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on Cole. There's the ball hit in there to right field. And caught. The Oil Barons win. Brendan Nolan makes the final out of the inning. The Oil Barons, winners of 2 in a row, take 2 out of 3 from Bryan. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Oil Barons, 2-5-1 for Bryan. Again, up next for the Oil Barons here at home will be a week from Sunday against Meridian. Best of luck to Bryan on your trip up to Fort Scott coming up tomorrow for the weekend. That's a long ride. Be careful, boys, heading home to Bryan tonight and then on to Fort Scott. Once again, our final score from Beaumont, the Oil Barons win it 3-2 over Bryan. I'm Harold Mann. Good night, everyone.